what's up? It's Karl, and you can see the iconic red box, which can kind of only mean one thing. It is OnePlus series time again. We have in front of me the OnePlus 9 versus the OnePlus 9 Pro. OnePlus was kind enough to send out this media kit, as you can see, and this series of OnePlus models, I think, has had some of the most hype in the past probably 2 to 3 years. I know they've all been leaked. OnePlus is guilty of leaking some of their own stuff, but this, of course, is in collaboration with Hasselblad, which you know is one of the most iconic camera companies in almost the past half century. So interesting to see what their collab is about. I know we've all seen the rumors, all of the leaks online, but let's get this out of the box, see what's inside, and I think this should be pretty special. Slowly lifting this up, it's quite the hefty box. Oh, you can kind of see how that folds down, and I will quickly open this, and you can see the two devices right here. So of course the OnePlus 9, we've got a little nick on the red box, and the OnePlus 9 Pro. Of course, both of these are 5G, and you can see right there, that's the sign co-developed with Hasselblad. So we'll quickly take these off, put this to the side. OnePlus 9 series, your best shot. So the whole hype, or I guess the main focus of this version of the OnePlus device is that iconic partnership with Hasselblad. So it's all around the camera, and I'm assuming if we take this off, you can see one of the original Apollo missions. The Hasselblad camera, for any of you wondering, was the first camera to take picture in space, I believe. I'm not sure of the exact details, but you can see the camera, of course, sitting on this little astronaut dude. That is a very cool box. And underneath that compartment, we've got some accessories that OnePlus has included in this media kit. So we've got the Warp Charge 50 wireless charger and a couple cases. And I guess the last thing to do is kind of compare the two devices which we've got. And since I have the two, there's no use for me to keep both. So I'll be giving away either the OnePlus 9 or the OnePlus 9 Pro. I always try to hook you guys up in my vids. So just be sure to leave that comment down below which device you'd prefer, of course, which colorway. I know that there's 3 special ones for each. Also, just be sure to follow me over on Instagram, as I find it's a bit easier to manage. I can DM you and it helps cut down with spam, and you can win your very own OnePlus model. Let's begin with the standard OnePlus 9. We'll put this off to the side and get this out of the box. And this is kind of the standard OnePlus unboxings these days. It's that long red box that we're kind of used to. It is a lot thicker, so I am almost positive we've got a charger inside here. You can see on the back, you've got the wireless charging area as well as the NFC detection area. We'll put this off to the side. As expected, we've got our user manuals, warranty info, and of course, my always favorite stickers to add to the collection. No surprises here. It's still nice to have, and I can't believe that's a thing to say. Nice to have a charging brick inside of the box. So 65 watts, of course, the signature red USB-C cable. So Warp Charge 65T, you'll get around a full day's usage in just around 15 minutes of charging. The phone itself has 4,500 milliamps of juice. If you want to get super specific, you can go from 1% to 100 in exactly 29 minutes. That's always one of my favorite features of OnePlus phones, the charger. They kind of blow everyone else out of the water. Apple, I'm looking at you with your iPhones. And quickly taking off this plastic. So like I mentioned, this is the Astral Black. The standard 9 will also come in Winter Mist and Arctic Sky. And as you can quickly see, it's got a very standard footprint for a smartphone. Maybe the only thing that gives this away is the little camera sensor. So of course you've got that little Hasselblad logo. The device itself is made completely out of glass, so it's premium to feel, and around the outsides, very typical. We've got the volume rockers, my always favorite, the notification slider or the alert slider, the on and off button, a plain top, but you still have a small little cutout almost on the front. I'd say that's 50-ish degrees for a front-facing speaker, and on the bottom, USB-C port, SIM card slot tray, and your other speakers to round out the design. And quickly, as this guy powers on, let's take a look at the 9 Pro. Pretty much identical unboxing experience. You'll just see, of course, the Pro on the front to let you know which device you've got. This is the Morning Mist colorway. It also comes in Stellar Black as well as Forest Green. And comparing both, they actually have a very similar finish. I can tell you that both will be fingerprint magnets, so either rock a case, grab a skin for it, whatever you need to do to protect them. And the 9 Pro is also slightly larger and slightly heavier, which we'll get to in a second. And the telltale sign, you've got the extra camera sensor on the back. So we'll get all into those details, I guess, right now. And maybe we'll start with the most noticeable difference, which just by eyeballing it is the size, and that's mainly due to the display. So on the Pro, you've got a 6.7 inch compared to the 6.55 on the standard 9. The 9 also has a lower pixel density, so that's of course to save some cost. It is a 1080p panel, so 2400 by 1080, compared to the Quad HD over on the 9 Pro, which is 3216 by 1440. You honestly can't see the difference in a screen this small unless you're really pixel peeping. But the one difference that I noticed, because I think I'm a bit weird about it, the 9 Pro also has a larger screen to body ratio, and the screen is slightly curved. I wouldn't say that the display wraps around at all, but it goes closer to the edge. You're saving that extra millimeter. Like I said, unless you're super OCD with weird things like that, which I kind of am, probably why I have a YouTube channel around tech, you won't notice the difference between either device. They both are AMOLED panels, but on the 9 Pro, we've got the addition of LTPO, which I actually have to look up at what that means or stands for. Low temperature polycrystalline oxide, which is essentially an advanced backplane for the OLED panel, and that will cut power consumption by around 50%. Interesting, so maybe the battery life on the larger 9 Pro will be better. I'll let you guys know. The 9 Pro also has the extra bonus of being able to display in 10-bit color. So that's actually 64 times more than traditional 8-bit for all of you color spec junkies. And you'll definitely see the biggest difference there in HDR content. So if you are a media consumption machine on your smartphone, just keep that in mind. Thankfully, both do still have adaptive displays, so they're at 120 Hertz. They both feel nice and fluid to use, and kind of going on to the inside hardware-wise, this is actually where these devices share the most similarities. So in terms of the silicone, they actually have the exact same chipsets inside. We've got the Snapdragon 888, and like I mentioned at the beginning, you can spec either with 8 gigs or 12, and either 128 gigs of storage or 256. Both handle pretty much every single thing that you throw at it, very quick, very snappy, as they should be for OnePlus's flagships. To the last area that we're gonna get to, which I guess is the main focus of the 9, is that camera sensor. So you can see on the 9, we've just got the triple camera setup, and on the 9 Pro, we've got the extra addition of the telephoto lens. So the first thing is the natural color calibration. So that takes Hasselblad's color science and they've applied it to OnePlus's camera sensors. I'll let you guys be the judge over these few little sample shots that I've initially taken, but if you want a full review of the specific camera, let me know and I can make that happen as well. And lastly, on both devices, you get the Hasselblad Pro Mode. So if we quickly go into that, you can kind of see what that looks like. And this is essentially an advanced Pro Mode, so you can control things like shutter, white balance, ISO. You've got a little histogram up top, and I'm guessing this is what Hasselblad focused on with its collaboration. Interestingly enough, you can shoot in 12-bit color, but on, say, the Pro model, you can only display up to 10-bit. The standard 8 can sadly only display up to 8-bit, but I guess if you do have a display that can support that, then you can take full advantage of the photos you've taken in 12-bit in Hasselblad mode. Cool. And last but not least, video-wise, you can record up to 8K 30. And like I mentioned, if you want that full camera review, let me know. I can definitely make it happen. But this has been your first look at the OnePlus 9 versus 9 Pro. In all honesty, I would stick with the standard 9. I never use the telephoto lens. And even though I am a bit OCD about the screen not going to the full edge, I think most of you aren't like that, so definitely the OnePlus 9 takes the cake. You'll save more money. I get that you don't get as high of a res display, but honestly, you can't check that out unless you've got hawk eyes like me. So my pick is the standard OnePlus 9. Like I mentioned, if you want to win a giveaway, if you want to win one of these devices, let me know which you'd prefer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very quick video. I am rambling. I will catch the rest of you in one of my next ones. Peace!